Hello, I'm Ben Armendariz, back with Canvas Conversations. Today we feature the Funk Master, Aljamain Sterling. He'll be taking on 6-1 Augusto Mendes in the featured bout on UFC Fight Pass this Saturday for UFC Fight Night in Kansas City. Aljo's a two-time NCAA Division III All-American. He's the UFC's number 8 ranked bantamweight in the world. The human backpack with straps that'll put you to sleep. Mr. Aljo Sterling. What's up, my man? Welcome.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. You just got off the flight?
Intro.
Do what?
Yeah, I just finished doing some media stuff for the UFC, getting all my stuffs, getting settled in pretty much at this point.
Got you. So,
trying to see that.
Is there a little more anticipation for this fight than your past few?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I'm coming off two split decision losses. I mean, that kind of sucks, but it's really hard to call them losses, to be honest. Be 100% honest here, but I'm just ready to bounce back, man. As Big Sean said, one of my favorite rappers, you know, it's all about how you bounce back. So,
heard that. So, with a dominant win over Mendes, you think that puts you back in the title picture?
I think so. I think it puts me back into the talks, that I had a razor-thin decision where most people thought I won the fight against the Sun Sal. So it's just, I don't know, when you have guys from his team and their side coming over and telling you that they think you won the fight. I'm not saying I went out there and dominated the guy, but if we're going to go tit for tat, I know for a fact I doubled up on his strikes in the first round. And I keep count in my head, and then he's missing big shots, and I'm thinking I'm making him look silly. And I'm just like, this guy can't touch me. And, man, I hear the judge's decision is a split. I'm just like, man, I guess I was thinking wrong this entire time. But it is what it is, I got to just go out there and make a statement against Augusto now.
So when you have two frustrating decision losses like that, where do you take your improvement from?
I guess that third round, kind of just had to look at that and say, I realized how much better I was than him than in the third round. Well, I guess in the second round I realized how much better I was, and then when he hit me flush in the second round, I was kind of like, that's it. I kind of expect this scary striker that everyone was like, oh, you gotta be careful with the stand-up with him. Make sure you try to get it to the ground and try to stall him out. But I want to prove a point that I can strike with the guy. And once he landed that his hardest strike, I think in the second round, and I was just like, yeah, I should have been turning up on this guy since the beginning of round one. I'm not saying not to respect his punching power, but I think I could have went in there a little bit more aggressive right off the bat and just made it a little bit more clear cut that I was the more dominant fighter. I kind of played the skill tactical game in first and second round, and I guess it would look closer than what it really was. I don't know. I'm no judge. I'm just a fighter, and I'm the one that's in there, and I felt like he felt I was getting the better of him too. I don't know.
Do you feel like your stand-up has improved to the level of your wrestling, that fighting in the pocket? Has that improved that much?
I mean, I always had good stand-up. I just never used it. And the way I did use it, I used it to set up my most superior asset, which was my wrestling. I think God gifted me with good reflexes, a good sense of timing, and just being able to read scenarios, read body language, read facial expressions, and that's what allows me to get in and out and slip punches and slip kicks. And my striking it's not like I'm going out there throwing heavy volume and swinging heavy leather. That's not my style. I think it's not a very smart way to fight unless you're knocking guys out quick and you're taking very little damage. But if you're going in there and you're fighting like that and it's just going back and forth, are you really winning the fight? I don't know. It's exciting, but it's not the way to fight if you want longevity. So I think my stand-up is just as good as my wrestling. Is it my best asset? No, but it's definitely just as good as everything else. I think you're gonna see a little bit more of that on Saturday night too. I plan on piecing him up and then taking his ass down, and I think I'm gonna finish him in round 1.
Yeah, I like that. So, man, just on a lighter note, I saw your video of you poking fun at EC with that towel incident with the weigh-ins. What's your thought on that towelgate incident, man?
I thought it was hysterical, man. I mean, more power to him. He got away with it. So, I mean, he had 2 hours anyway. He was gonna make the weight regardless. So it's hard to say.
They agreed behind the scenes, like, hey, you know what? You were gonna make it. You would have 2 hours, bro. Let's just hurry up. Let's get.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is. But you know, I'm glad the fight got to happen. I mean, he's a champ for a reason. I don't even know what to even think about that fight. I thought Rumble was clear-cut dominating on the feet and then started initiating clinches, and I was just so confused. I was like, you were like about to kick his kneecaps in backwards, John Jones style, but with a lot more power and violently. And then he started initiating the clinch. I thought maybe he wanted to kind of gas him out a little bit or mix it up, but at a certain point I was like, I don't think he should have initiated the clinch at that position or that position. I thought he could have faked, maybe came up with some strikes and maybe some hard head kicks. Man, because I don't know, man, those kicks were getting through. One of them caught DC right in the mouth. He kind of just popped his head back. I was like, bro, that is scary to have Rumble throwing some heat like that at your head.
I think it broke his nose.
Oh, I didn't know about that, but yeah that's.
Yeah.
Guy hits hard.
Super. It's a bummer to see him gone. So, last question, man, just a fun one for you. So, you got to choose one of these. You got to box Mike Tyson in his prime, kiss Matt Serra on the mouth, or fly United.
I'll take my chances flying United.
Yeah.
And I think I could hold my own and beat up whichever one of those guys that think they could just drag me off the plane and shake me up like that. What the hell is that?
That was crazy, man. That's crazy, right? So, any last words before the fight, man?
Man, no real last words. There's gonna be plenty of words. I think I'm probably gonna end up talking to him in there. And yeah, I don't know, man. I wanna. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm gonna have to beat the brakes off of him, and that's just unfortunate for him. He's the guy that I gotta face next, but I need to get back, and I need to get back in a big way. And Augusto's good. He's tough, but it's my time. It's my time, and I think I still want this more. He's 33 or 34. The same thing like a Sun Sal. I think a Sun Sal's fight with me show that he's a old veteran still. I don't know. You can't really teach him new tricks. I think Takina's the same way. So I just gotta go out there and just perform. That's really all it comes down to. If I have a good night and I do everything the right way leading up to the fight, which I have done, I just gotta make sure I'm in the right place mentally on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and it's gonna be a good night.
Absolutely, man. We're looking forward to seeing you. Hey, I appreciate you coming through, man. I know you're busy, so I'm gonna let you get to your practice and stuff, get to your workout. Thanks for coming through.
Yep. Got a nice weight cut ahead of me. But...
Hey, man, get it, bro. Get it. You got it. You got it.
All right, man.
All right, man. So you guys can catch Aljo's fight Saturday night on UFC Fight Pass for UFC Fight Night on Fox. Johnson versus Hayes.